15. Bathing with strangers, small thing in China? Have you ever imagined yourself sitting in a hot tub with dozens of strangers, and considering it a relaxing experience? In China, the culture of onquan, hot springs, and public baths is not only popular, but also considered an essential part of life. Men and women will have their own areas, of course, but inside there is no awkwardness, everyone is completely naked, chatting away as if they were drinking tea. These baths are not just for cleansing the body, they are also places to detox the soul, meet friends, or even sign business contracts. In big cities, there are even sauna complexes combined with karaoke, restaurants, massage chairs and overnight stays, no different from a mini hotel. Will you feel embarrassed, or will you find this an open way to live authentically, stripping away all social layers? 14. Do traffic lights have conscience? In China, traffic lights are not simply green, yellow, red, but sometimes also a display of technology and social morality. At major intersections in Shenzhen or Hangzhou, AI camera systems not only monitor but also display images of violators on public LED screens, instantly, without covering their faces. You run a red light? Your face will be projected like in a live exposure game show. But that's not all. Some cities are also testing traffic lights with sensors that recognize the flow of people. If they see many people crossing slowly, the green light will automatically extend the time. Sounds like traffic lights have hearts, right? Here, technology not only maintains order but also creates a gentle fear, the fear of being publicly embarrassed. Will you cross the street faster, or start walking properly to avoid becoming an unwilling celebrity? 13. Do bathrooms need facial recognition? Would you believe that in China, to get toilet paper, you have to look directly at a facial recognition scanner? In some public toilets in big cities like Beijing or Shanghai, smart systems are installed to dispense paper in a controlled manner. Each person will be given a limited amount of paper, about 60 to 80 centimeters, after the scanner confirms their face. Want more? You have to wait a few minutes. It sounds strange, but the goal of this technology is to fight waste and protect the environment. In the past, people used to take home the whole roll of public toilet paper. So technology comes into play. Would you feel comfortable going to the toilet while being observed by AI? Or is this a testament to a modern society where everything, including toilet paper, is managed by technology? 12. Park or sports arena? Early morning in China, parks are not a quiet place to enjoy the scenery, but a bustling social playground. But the most surprising thing is not the elderly practicing yoga, but the badminton, table tennis, and even martial arts matches taking place everywhere like a local Olympics. In one corner, two uncles are soloing badminton at a speed that makes you think they are competing for medals. In another place, ladies in uniform perform extremely synchronized dance moves, with speakers playing lively music that echoes throughout the area. Park sports in China are not just about exercising, it is an opportunity to show off skills, make friends, and even compete informally. Who is the real master? You will only know when you step into that circle. Do you dare to pick up a racket and declare war with the elders who have practiced every morning for 20 years? 11. The actors are the audiences? In many rural areas of China, art is not on stage, but in the courtyards of houses, rice fields, and communal houses. Imagine, on a summer evening, the whole village gathers to watch traditional opera, a classical form of theater with colorful costumes, high-pitched voices, and elaborate movements. But the special thing is, the performers are not professional artists, but villagers. From the old man to the salesgirl, everyone can transform into Guan Yu, Diao Chan, or Bao Qing Tian, as long as they know how to sing, dance, and have passion. These plays are often associated with festivals, communal houses, or special occasions, where the whole community performs for each other. Chinese folk culture is not only preserved through museums or schools, but also through everyday life, through dedicated amateur actors. Do you want to be part of that community play where there are no boundaries between audience and actors? 10. Meals must be scanned. In China, even a bowl of noodles or a cup of milk tea can be part of a huge digital ecosystem. Here, QR codes are almost a universal key. Want to order food? Scan the code. Want to pay? Scan the code. Want to earn points, receive vouchers, give feedback on service? Still, scan the code. From street food stalls to luxury restaurants, everything is integrated on WeChat Pay or Alipay. No cash, no card, just a phone. In fact, many places do not accept cash, which can put first-time foreign visitors in a difficult position if they do not have a domestic app. It is worth mentioning that this digitalization is not only in big cities like Shanghai or Beijing, but also in rural areas, which are gradually upgrading to digital. Are you ready to live in a world where your phone becomes your wallet, ID card, and even your menu? 9. Collective nap? You would be surprised if you walked into an office in China at noon, and saw all the employees napping at their desks. Here, napping is not a sign of laziness, but a legitimate right. In many offices, schools, and even factories, the time from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. is considered rest time. No one works, no one bothers, sometimes the lights will even be dimmed and chairs will be reclined for a convenient nap. Some companies even give their employees neck pillows or small blankets, and some even invest in mini sleeping rooms in the office. This thinking stems from the philosophy of Eastern health, where health, biological rhythms, and alertness in the afternoon are more important than working non-stop. What would you think if your workplace had an official office nap every day? 8. Self-government, when every neighborhood has a God's eye. Who do you think is watching you? In China, the answer might be your neighbors. Many residential areas in China have so-called neighborhood committees, a kind of semi-governmental organization where middle-aged women, often jokingly called neighborhood elders, act as third eyes to observe any strange behavior in the community. Who goes in and out of whose house? Who comes into contact with foreigners? Who shows unusual behavior? All are carefully noted and reported regularly. It's not Hollywood-style spying, but a form of social order based on self-awareness and mutual surveillance. This system has played a huge role during the COVID lockdown, but at the same time, it has also made many people feel deprived of personal freedom. Could you live in a neighborhood where your every move was in plain sight? 7. Made in China social media. Can you live without Google, Facebook or YouTube? In China, it's not just possible, it's mandatory. Most international platforms are blocked by the firewall. Instead, a 100% localized digital ecosystem has flourished. WeChat replaces Messenger, Weibo takes over Twitter, and Baidu is the Chinese version of Google. Every user must register with their real identity. This makes online speech less carefree than in the West. A false status, a slip of the tongue comment, can get your account locked, or even invited to FT with a cybersecurity agency. And the surprise? Many Chinese people are okay with it. They believe that controlling information makes society more peaceful, without the noisy political debates that occur in the West. Could you live in such a closed cyber universe? 6. Beautiful and controversial megaprojects. China is home to giant constructions that make the world look up to them, but they are also notorious for their infamy. Let's talk about the Three Gorges Dam, the largest hydroelectric project on the planet. With its enormous scale, it helps control floods and provides energy for millions of people. But behind it is the story of millions of people having to relocate, villages being submerged underwater, and environmental experts warning that the dam has changed the entire ecosystem of the Yangtze River. Or the superfast train lines that look like science fiction movies, but are losing money, with ticket prices too high compared to the living standards of people in many areas. Behind every great project, is there always a success? 5. Enemies of the people, birds, flies, mosquitoes and rats. Have you ever heard of the national campaign to exterminate sparrows? In the late 1950s, China launched a strange campaign called 4 Species to exterminate flies, mosquitoes, rats and sparrows. The reason? Sparrows were thought to eat grain, causing crop damage. The result, millions of birds were killed, sometimes by people, banging pots and pans all day long until the birds got tired and fell to the ground. But when the sparrows disappeared, pests exploded, destroying crops even more severely, contributing to a catastrophic famine that killed tens of millions of people. A heartbreaking example of the price people pay when they try to control nature, without understanding its laws. 4. When the sky turned into yellow dust. Sometimes, the sky over Beijing is no longer blue. It's an earthy orange. That's when a sandstorm from the Gobi Desert sweeps through. Strong winds carry fine dust, desert sand, and toxic air, forcing people to wear tight masks even when there's no pandemic going on. The sun is invisible, and the high-rise buildings look as if someone has covered the entire city with a brown-yellow filter. The reason? The harsh climate, coupled with deforestation, overgrazing, and an incredibly rapid desertification process. Would you believe it? There are days when Beijing looks more like Mars than Earth. 3. Empty cities. China build like there's no tomorrow. China is a place where you can build a city and then leave it empty. It sounds like science fiction, but it's true. New urban areas are sprouting up with skyscrapers, shiny shopping malls, and straight roads, but no one lives there. They're called ghost cities. From Ordos in Inner Mongolia to Tianjusheng, a Persian-style building with a miniature Eiffel Tower, these areas are abandoned almost immediately after completion. Why does a country of more than 1.4 billion people have places that are as deserted as no-go zones? The answer lies in the real estate-driven growth model and the GDP targets of local governments. Build more, even if no one moves in. 2. The Chinese are not always HANOI. Think all Chinese are one ethnic group? The truth is more complicated. China recognizes 56 ethnic minorities, and the Han, though they make up the majority, are just one piece of that diverse picture. From the Uyghurs living in Xinjiang, to the Tibetans in Tibet, to the Zhuang, Hui, Miao, and even ethnic groups of just a few thousand people scattered in the remote mountains of the south. Culture, religion, dress, even writing vary greatly from group to group, yet they are all lumped together under the label of Chinese. Can you imagine? A country where people in each region may not understand what each other is saying. 1. Seemingly big, but cracked. Although the country stretches for thousands of kilometers, the bulk of its population is crammed into a narrow strip along the eastern coast. Only about 15% of China's territory is arable land, the rest is desert, rocky mountains, plateaus and arid wastelands. While there are densely populated cities like Shanghai, Beijing, and Guangzhou, much of the western part of the country is virtually empty. Some areas are larger than England but have the population of a small town. A vast country, yet incredibly cramped.